Today's Focus News. Central Epidemic Command Center issues new patient triage guidelines. The Central Epidemic Command Center yesterday announced new guidelines for triaging COVID-19 patients, including conditions for hospital admissions for the elderly, pregnant women and infants. The center's head, Minister of Health and Welfare Chen Shizhong, said the criteria for triage and isolation or hospitalization of COVID-19 patients were slightly revised, but all moderate and severe cases would still be hospitalized. Chen Shizhong said the admission criteria for asymptomatic or mild cases had been revised to raise the age from 75 or older to 80 or older and include women who were more than 36 weeks pregnant. Chen Shizhong said the criteria for infants remained the same: fever under 3 months, high fever, over 39 degrees Celsius, between 3 and 12 months, adding that other conditions doctors felt needed to be hospitalized would be considered. Strengthen centralized quarantine facilities or disease prevention hotels for people aged 70 to 79, people aged 65 to 69 living alone, women within 35 weeks of pregnancy, people who do not need hospitalization, and those who do not meet the conditions for home isolation. Chen Shizhong said people aged 69 or younger who met the home isolation criteria, including children, would receive home isolation care. In addition, local health departments can arrange for asymptomatic or mild cases undergoing hemodialysis to be isolated at home, but should designate specific dialysis centers or hospitals for treatment. The general rule is that asymptomatic or mild cases should not be hospitalized for more than 5 days, Chen Shizhong said. If doctors determine that patients no longer require hospitalization, or if patients meet the criteria for release from isolation, the hospital can arrange for them to be discharged, he said, adding that they can be asked to go home to complete isolation 5 days later. Due to the rapid increase in COVID-19 cases, it is impossible for us to provide unlimited hospital beds or build hospitals now, so distinguishing between mild and severe cases is very important to maintain healthcare capacity, Chen said, calling for hospitals and triage guidelines. Luo Yijun, Deputy Director General of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, said Tuesday that only about 30% of hospitalized COVID-19 patients meet triage guidelines, according to local government reports. Luo added yesterday that allowing too many asymptomatic or mildly symptomatic patients to be hospitalized for a long time would negatively affect the ability to maintain moderate to severe cases, so the Central Epidemic Command Center urged doctors to assess the condition of hospitalized COVID-19 patients for 5 days. As of yesterday morning, the vacancy rate of beds in designated COVID-19 wards and negative pressure isolation wards was 56.3%, or 4,827 beds, while beds in centralized isolation facilities and hotels with enhanced epidemic prevention were vacant. The rates were 35.8% and 36%, respectively. As for Taipei and New Taipei City, where more than half of the local cases are reported every day, Luo said the vacancy rate of beds in Taipei's designated COVID-19 wards and negative pressure isolation wards is 38.6%, or 624 beds. Hospital beds, and 44.5% of New Taipei City's, or 762 beds. Today's News Glossary. Ability. About. According. Adding. Addition. Admission. Affect. Allow. Alone. Announce. Arrange. Assess. Asymptomatic. Between. Build. Calling. Capacity. Celsius. Centralize. Command. Complete. Condition. Considered. Control. Criteria. Degree. Department. Deputy. Designate. designated, determine, dialysis, Director General, discharge, disease, distinguish, do, elderly, enhance, epidemic, facility, fever, general, government, guideline, healthcare, hemodialysis, hospital, hospitalization, hospitalize, important, impossible, include, increase, infant, isolate, isolation, issue, maintain, mild, minister, moderate, negative, negatively, patient, percent, pregnancy, pregnant, pressure, prevention, provide, quarantine, raise, rapid, rate, receive, release, remain, report, require, respectively, revise, rule, severe, slightly, specific, strengthen, symptomatic, treatment, triage, undergo, unlimited, urge, vacancy, vacant, ward, welfare, within,